wanted to make this video because I'm about to go to jail for a long time, and I wish I could do something about it, but I trusted a manic bipolar person with narcissism. I've researched her for a very long time. We have she has an anxious attachment style. I have an avoidant. My family is really avoidant. They don't put up with drama. They're out. And I've always been taught that. Any problem I ever had with I'd take it to my grandma and she'd say, "Mike, get away from those people." And that's always been the advice. Right? So in the beginning of our relationship, when she would push me out and say, "I'll leave, get the fuck out of here," and stuff like that, and then I'd leave, and then she'd be like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" I'm like, "You told me to leave." And you would just throw it away. Just throw it away. You would just abandon us. Right? And that really got me for a long time, that I was abandoning them. Right? And I try to do my own thing, but I love being a family man. I was a dad to 3 kids for over a year. And it was great. It made me feel like it's the most grown up I've ever been. Right? Like, I'm responsible for them. And they love me. And I love doing stuff with them. It was hard with her, though, doing stuff with the kids. I couldn't even touch my dog because she would act so jealous. My job, she's always accused me of doing something with my job. I'm a loner. I have analysis paralysis. I'm a timid person. Every time she made me homeless, I did my own thing by myself. I never owned no corner either. I had no friends. Right? The people from my job, they cared about me, but they weren't my friends. They're not hanging out with me outside work. Right? You know, I'm a loner there. I have no friends at all. She has plenty of friends. And she's still connected with her family. I've not had the best relationship with my family growing up, just because I'm like the black sheep. But I've really fell off over the years because of her. I can't remember the last time I talked to my sister. I think it's 2 years now. And it's just because no matter what age, you know, young, old, she would accuse me of anyone, to the point of even men, right? Like a guy, I remember one time we pulled up to a park and a guy was walking to a restroom and he was like looking back, and then she's like, "Do you know him?" Right? So like when she'd go manic, she'd be like, "Oh, you a fag." And I literally have all these recordings. Like, I'm about to go to jail. I got a warrant out for my arrest. I'm about to go to jail, and this is not my first offense. I have recordings of us being at a hotel, and I had been recording for over like 13 hours before the incident of me getting arrested. I had recorded the whole time, and she was a menace. We had helium. She let that out because she know that would get to me, because I paid for that. It was $60. She had me crying on the side of the bed. She did not care. And it was all because she's manic. The next day, that night, it's so weird that when she wants to go to sleep, no matter how much she's treated me, she'll snuggle up with me, right? And then when we wake up in the morning, she'll expect sex. And if I don't, she will be mad. But what I've learned, for like so many months now is that that's not even true. Because I make sure that we do it, right? And then she enjoy it. And as soon as we were done, it'd get silent for like 1, 2, 3, manic. It would start up. She'd start getting loud. I'm like, babe, you're gonna get the cops called. She used me this time. The biggest use of all. We got an apartment for our son. She convinced me to take care of her until we could get this apartment. We did. We even went to housing, and they approved 2 months free. And guess what? Those are the next 2 months free for her. She now is trying to use me as a scapegoat. I'm about to go to jail. I've been communicating with her. And she stopped today because her Meg episode the other night had me saying I don't want to be around her no more, right? I was writing down stuff in my journal and stuff the other night, like because we were visiting my son and she went through my phone and I didn't even realize it while we were playing with cars, and then she deleted the last 2 months of recordings. So that night, the next day when I was at work, she tried to say that I was down the street at the Chili's. I don't know why Snapchat said I was there, but I'm literally on footage doing my chores at my job the whole time. She keep hanging up on me. She finally squashed it. She want a drink. I say, oh, babe, I will do anything you want to do. Because she wanted to go for a walk, but she acted weird. And I was like, yeah, but no alcohol. I'll do anything. She didn't like that. She hung up. She caused me so much trouble to the point that when I got out of work, she was still at me. So I sat down and I wrote in my journal about everything that she's been doing. Everything she's been putting me through. What did she do? I went to work the next day. She called DCF. She told them, I want to raise my son. I want to raise my son alone. And she calls the landlord and she says, can I get him off the lease? Because he's toxic. Now, we got this apartment together for our son. But it's not fair because I've never actually got to talk to any girls at all. I've never even got to have a friend. And she may never believe that. And I get why she don't, because she says the reason why she did those things when we weren't together is because I did those things. But I never did those things. So it's like her brain is like trying to make it make sense, right? She just can't be wrong. she was so bad that, like, one night she had got drunk, and I told her I don't want anything to do with the alcohol. I don't want to be around her when she's on the alcohol because she's just manic. Just manic. The whole time I can't calm her down at all unless I'm also drinking. But if I'm low energy and drinking, then I may let my mouth run too much. In trouble. Anyway, she had this control over me back in the like before she lost the kids because she tried to kill herself. Now me and Nick tried to calm her down that night. She would not, because when she's manic, she's ready to self-sabotage. She can't help it. She can't help it. It's the way that her brain wired. And it doesn't help when she has other people in her life, like her coworkers that are toxic themselves. Like a motley crew. Like, I even have recordings of her telling me of her workmates, and I'm not trying to reveal that, right? But that's how I know about her workmates, because of how bad she says they are. She's told me bad things about Ava, even her newest friend, how she uses her and stuff like that. And her friend saw this, she would disagree. But Brittany told me it, and I still have recordings of her talking about it. And Brittany might fix it. I don't care though. I'm just off topic right now. I'm waiting to be arrested because a cop said that I was in the apartment because we the first time was her locking me out of the house and me thinking that she had the keys, and it was snowing outside and I didn't want to be in the cold. She was flipping me off in the window and everything like that. I called the cops. I found out before they got there that I have the keys. So I just hang up the call, and I'm thinking it's that they come a running. I'm at the McDonald's. They get there, and she tells her soft story about, oh, he's always running off. I don't know where he goes. He takes my car. She has no license, cannot drive any kind of way, does not know anyone that would need to drive her car. She has her mom. Her mom finally moved over here. Her mom's a piece of work too. Her mom acted like she had an insurance policy, and that she had us looking at houses and stuff like that. And also her aunt called DCF on her. Her aunt kept the kids away from her. Her aunt still keeps the kids away from her, but makes it seem like it's all Nick, while she plays sides so bad. I even have her being recorded too. Now that's illegal. So that I was just already had the recording. She just happened to make a phone call with her, and then I'm hearing it. I mean, like, I'm just, like, you know, I'm not stopping my phone. You know, I'm recording. And if she knows that I'm recording, she will start screaming. I have those recordings too. Stop fucking recording me! Stop recording me! And I only ever recorded because she would always say, I said this, or I said that, or I said it this kind of way, or I was hooking up with people at my job. And I'd be like, babe, I've been recording for days now. And I have this proof, and I don't know what to do with it because I'm about to go to jail. Since this is the second offense, I don't know what she said to the officers. I don't. She won't answer my calls right now, which I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't just at least say, I need you to drop my car off, and I'm going to give you your dog and your stuff, and we're done. Nothing. I'm not hearing nothing from her. I don't even know if I go to work tomorrow. Or if I should try to find some kind of legal aid or something like that to help keep me out of jail. Because I have no idea what she's told these people. And she's only doing this to please her aunt. Because her aunt keeps the kids away from her by telling the baby daddy, you know, oh, you don't want her back in your life. These people, they have nothing against me with me. It's all linked to her. All their hate is because of what she's told them. And now the baby daddy, him, it's because I defend her. And in the beginning, I remember when she told me I didn't stand up for her, she made me feel very bad, degraded the heck out of me. So I would defend her. And I defend her at gas stations, anywhere. Coffee shops, anywhere. I would not let anyone talk to her any kind of way. Right? So when he get rough with her, I hop right in. And I get rough with him. But I don't know. Like the baby daddy really, he's acting like he has problems with me, but the only possible problem he could have with me is defending her. Because I've always respected his house. I picked up after him like daily. Right? I fed the kids. This is because we were living over there, because she made me lose my apartment. I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. That's when she made me homeless, and then she ended up living with her baby daddy. And then when we got back together, well, you know, she wanted to be around me. And he didn't want me around, but he came around. Right? And I always respected his house. He never had to worry about me. Now it's kind of funny though. He would get mean with me, and it's like he said, "Y'all were together, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know, so then it's y'all. I'm like, but I'm not the one doing it. If you know anyone that has a partner that has bipolar manic episodes, that's constantly accusing them, and there's been altercations with the law, please don't give up on that person. Because they need help. Because no one should ever have to go through that. Because I bought into the notion that if I really love her, I will stick in there with her. See it through. But look what that's got me. Why am I going to jail? I don't even know. I really don't. I had cops show up in my job today, surprised the heck out of me. Said something about a restraining order. You know anything about that? I was like, yeah. My son's mother has it's a non-residential. It's not like no contact. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, we got a call and we're supposed to keep you here. So they walked me out to the cop car, put me in the cop car. I got, he finally came to the door and he said, there's an investigator coming over who wants to talk to you. So we wait, investigator gets there. The investigator's a little rude, but investigator says, where do you live? I said, I'm homeless. And she said, you don't live on Truman? I'm like, I have a house with my son's mother. Like, I helped her get a house for our son. I said, and we've been trying, we would have already had this non-residential thing removed by now. But my lawyer won't quit rescheduling. He won't quit rescheduling. Like, Brittany even wrote the letter saying how this is that she never asked for this. This isn't her. This is an inconvenience to our family. I probably got rid of it by now, but I haven't been on a court day, and I still need over a week for that court day, and it's not gonna look good because they're gonna try to say that I broke the restraining order. I'm gonna be in jail before that because the investigator said I have footage of your face and a shirt that was in your duffel bag that was on the film as well. I said, that's not me. I said, you know that she brings people over, right? Like, we're not doing that. She's like, look, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm like, I'm not fighting. I'm just telling you that I know what you think you saw, but it's not that way. And she had already read me my Miranda rights, reminding me that to get a lawyer or a public defender, a free public defender. And I said, well, if I'm not being arrested, I want to go now. And then I stood up and she said, well, before that, she said, I'm not arresting you today, but I'm putting a warrant out for your arrest. And then that's when I said, well, if I'm not being arrested, I want to go now. And then she said, you can do that. So I got up and I left. I went back into my job and finished my shift, and then I got off. I mean, not yet, but so I stayed later till 8:30 because I stayed to 8:30 because she wasn't replying back to me. I have no idea what she's pulling. I have no idea what she's doing. Nothing. So I'm like, babe, what's going on? What's happening? I don't know. You'll see my texts. You know, we go from getting her wanting me to do an IOP inpatient program thing. And I'm like, I'm always down to get better myself. Like, I study self-help and psychology because I'm always trying to be a better version of myself. And I talk about it all the time. It's all I ever talk about is thinking better, doing better, you know? But, I mean, that's where we literally leave off. Now, I am behind at my job because she made me late this morning. So, she kind of wants, she's worried about some phone calls she's going to make to DCF. And I'm really just not trying to hear it. I'm not being rude to her. I'm being very nice. But I said, babe, you just have to figure it out. We'll get through this. I said, I love you. I said, but I got to get back to work. I said, I've agreed with you that I'll do the program. I've listened to you talk about it. I just don't want to keep talking about it. I'm already willing to do something about it, right? If I allow her to just keep going on, and I'm talking about allow as in respond. If I keep responding, she's gonna fight about 5 different other things, and then a little bit longer, she's gonna fight about. I'm sorry. I think I saw someone. I'm so scared right now. I'm in her car. There's gonna be a warrant out for my arrest. I don't know if I should go to work tomorrow. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my dog or my vehicle. My keys and my dog is at her apartment. I would advise, if you know someone's narcissistic and they're bipolar and they have manic episodes and they're accusing you of things, don't be like me and keep trying to make it work because you love being a family. They'll never change. They can never change. They may be motivated at times, but this is the way their brains are wired. They will always go back to those thoughts. If you know anyone that's in an abusive relationship, and especially if they're a guy, please help. Because those guys do not be getting help. We're told to suck it up. I tell people she hit me, they say, damn. That's it. She tells people that I hit her, they're like, oh my God, you need to put him in jail. We laid hands on each other in the beginning of our relationship, drinking. Now, she started it, and that night's so vivid how she'd walk by and pop me in my face, and I say, better stop doing that, right? She just keep on hitting me. See, I don't even know if it's a pop or a hit, but I do remember, you know what I mean? Each time, feeling that hit in my face. And then I just reached up like that, like a slap off thing. I guess I don't know my own strength, like Eminem said. Right? I thought she was being dramatic, and I'm pretty sure she was, but at the same time, it wasn't taken lightly. I didn't realize even what I did. We've been drinking, right? So she is welcomed domestic violence, right? And there was one, she would say the most nastiest things to me, accuse me of the most worst things you can think of. And drinking, oh man, the names we would call each other. But who looks more distressed? The angry man? God, I can't take this. Right? That was the old me before I really dove into self-help and psychology. I'm sorry, my brain is just so, I want to get a video out because I just want to let people know that I really messed my life up dating a bipolar manic narcissist. Was she loving? Yeah, she was. I love that part of her. Was she the most insecure girl I've ever known of, or anyone I've ever talked to. Yeah. No one that I've ever said anything to has ever known about it. Ever known of someone being so insecure. So, I loved her. I still love her. I wish I chose my son though. Me and my aunt had got a place together. It was a 2-bedroom. Everything was completely furnished. It was nice. Our rent was $1,200, $600 a piece. Can't beat that. We had our own rooms, a kitchen, bathroom, living room. You know, we had parking spaces. Right? Life was good, but she always suckered me back into the relationship. Every single time. She'd always have some excuse why to get me to come back around. One time, like, literally, like, she broke up with me. Like, we were drinking, she didn't, what happened was, so she kept me around. I was no longer able to, like, just leave when she was acting up too outrageous. She said, if you walk out that door, I'm single. And I'm calling up whoever, right? So I would be afraid to leave. I would just sit there and just put up with it all night long. All night long. I just put up with it. But one night she had got too drunk and and I had to leave. I wanted to stay, but I couldn't. I just couldn't leave. And she called me up. And then, because I'd get down the street, she'd call me up. She'd get me back over there. I'd be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until I just finally leave. Well, she hooked up with a guy at her job that she told me not to worry about. She told me about this guy, and I'd be like, what? Right? And then she's like, oh, you don't have to worry about anything. She said, one time he was like, if you need me to take a look at your car, I could do it after work. And she said she was so put off by that she didn't talk to him the rest of the night. Right? She said I had nothing to worry about him. Well, I had to leave that night. I came back with a coffee the next morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. Came back. Right? I didn't even sleep that night. I went home and I played Call of Duty for 4 hours. And then I went back to her. Right? She wasn't there. She wasn't there. Nick said, I don't know where she is. He's not telling me. He's secretly in the background, like, texting her, like, oh my God, Michael's here. I get my son, and I'm like, what? I'm messaging her. I'm like, I don't know who you're with, all this and stuff, right? It's my weekend to watch him anyway. Like, when we're not together. It's all the time when we're together, but we did try to, like, make it work out where I could still see him on the weekends. Right? I go to take him. She ends up getting back as we're leaving, and she's totally nice to me. She's smiling, everything like that. And I'm mad. where have you been? Where'd you go? I don't remember what she lied about, but she ended up telling me that it was with that guy. And then, but she said, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. Then I find out months later, when she's manic, she's like, yeah, right? She told me down to the details of what they did together, right? I don't know if I got that on recording. My recordings are pretty deep. That's why, like, she was only able to, it was taking too long to delete all my recordings. Then she went to my messages and deleted that because she wants no evidence of the everything she's put me through. She got rid of all that, and now she's setting me up. Now she's setting me up. I don't want to lose my dog. I love my dog. I don't want to go to jail. I could never truly give up on her loving side. Her mean, manic side, her messaging me and stuff like that, being all mean, never worked. I don't know why her brain never clicked. When you're nice to me, we can communicate. Everything's good. We're working it out. When you're mean to me, oh, you did this and that, I only have so much energy. This is draining. Especially when explaining leads to more explaining about now 5-10 different other things. And are we communicating? If she's just saying, look, I know you did it. I don't know why you keep trying to deny. I'm like, what? How is this communication? It's not. It's an interrogation. I'm not lying when I say that, like, she's been wrong this whole time, that I haven't even had one girl or guy, not gay, friend. I have some coworkers, but they're not like trying to hang out with me or even add me on the social media or something like that. They're my coworkers. We talk about work, right? I'm gonna end this video. I'm probably gonna make other videos or what. I don't know how to get it out. I don't know how long I can be in this car before she says something. I don't know how to get my keys and my dog back when she won't reply back to me. It seems like she's trying to set me up, trying to make it seem like I'm harassing her. She got no messages of me harassing her. She got no recordings of me harassing her. She only thing she has on me is talking about leaving, right? Or I've threatened DCF before too, but at least I'm not like her aunt that actually called. I said it's one to talk about it and it's another to do it. Just the same way with her accusing me of being with someone or have done something for so long, just to turn around and do it yourself. She was so bad, and it was more than that, because I even have a recording. I was recording the thing because I was looking at it, because she always go through my phone. So I saw one night opportunity to go through her phone, and I did not like what I saw. She had been flirting with so many guys, so many of them. When she told me that, I left. I mean, when I found that, I left. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. She my worry just just comes back like a cloud, and it just makes me so confused. I started documenting these videos, for protection. I like the song, don't tell lies on me, and I won't tell the truth on you. Because that's the truth. That her thinking I'm gonna get her in trouble like that, never have. I called a cop on her twice. One was from her, I wanted to leave and she wouldn't give me, she hid my property. She hid my Kindle. It was the only thing I had at the time. It was my book. I had all my books on there. My Aunt Vicky had bought it for me. And she hid it. So I had read a quote before that said, don't show them what your words, show them what your actions. And it was a wrong thing for me to do, call a cop, because who cares about the dumb Kindle, right? But that Kindle it stayed charged for days, and I could be homeless and just read books all day. I can get them for free, right? And I already have a bunch of paid for ones. I'm so scared. About to go to jail for a long time. This vehicle, my grandma helped me get this vehicle. And my dog, well, I've had her for probably almost, it's going on 9 or 10 years now. I'm very attached to her. My family won't take her in. They literally tell me I'm gonna have to bring her to the pound. I think Brittany's trying to keep my dog. In my car, Brittany? I just try to be a family with this girl. I kept taking her back. I've always tried to escape her. I've never been able to escape her. She's always found a way to pull me back in. And the fact that we have a son, see, I'm not even trying to talk about that. I'm thinking about it every time I mention my dog, because she always say you love that dog more than you love your son. And I say my dog has nowhere else to go. My son, well, you're a manic person, but you're a great mom. Right? I never see my son in danger. And if I thought that, I'd be there. But I've never had to worry about my son because my son's always been safe. I'm about to lose my job. That's the longest job I ever had. I'm about to lose my vehicle. This is basically my inheritance. Me and my grandma, we bought a place together, sold it, and I bought a bunch of electronics to have my own little office, my way to entertain myself in between making money. I trusted her. It's like I didn't trust her, but at the same time, I trusted her. I always hoped she'd come around, and that I I would be totally honest with her, even down to porn, right? But she's always, the narcissism in her has always never made me feel safe to express my thoughts. I see porn as cheating. Nowadays, I see porn as cheating. For ever since I watched the fab videos, like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I got out of that. Once I started watching those videos, they really changed my brain. They really wired my brain right. And I seen it as cheating. That's the only thing I've ever done.